in Western Oregon. This is NBC 16 News at 5:30.
The slots and tables will soon be filled with people again at Three Rivers Casino. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Mazer. The Florence and Coos Bay locations will open their doors starting tomorrow. Our Stephanie Rothman visited Florence earlier today and joins us live in the studio with more. Stephanie?
That's right, Jacqueline. The slot machines are ringing, the staff are cleaning, but there's still one thing missing, the people. So after 2 months, visitors will finally be welcome back.
Walk, don't run, because as you come in, you'll have to make a stop first.
There it is. There's the temperature.
They'll get their temperature checked, they'll be social distance, and then they'll get a PPE. They'll clock in and they will be ready for the day.
Masks and temperature checks will be the new norm for everyone, visitors and staff alike. After that, you can step onto the floor where the changes are evident.
We've really spread things out here. There's quite a bit of distance between slot machines. The banks of slot machines are spread out. We've turned them. Yeah, I think it's going to make a difference.
The first thing you'll notice is that crowds will be at 50% capacity. Chairs are spread out or taken away altogether to maintain social distancing at the slots. Same goes for the tables. The amount of players is now limited, and there is plexiglass at each seat.
As you can see, this will keep the guests safe and our dealers.
Keeping every surface clean is also a top priority. This includes their 3 restaurants as well.
There's probably still going to be a few that feel like they need to wait, and that's okay. We're here
waiting for things to get back to business almost as usual.
All right, so all of their staff were furloughed. Starting tomorrow, they'll have their jobs back, and hours will also be limited from 7 a.m. to 3 a.m. in Florence and 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. in Coos Bay. Restaurant service will close at 10 p.m. That's all you need to know. Jacqueline?
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Meanwhile, the Mill Casino in North Bend is on day 4 of being back in business on a limited scale. The tourism and content manager at the Mill says they reached their restricted 300-person capacity on Monday and have instituted safety measures. Those include screening employees and guests before entry and providing masks.
We've moved a lot of our slot machines off the floor. We've turned some off in areas where machines are popular or where we had a hard time social distancing because the banks were connected. We put plexiglass between those 2 areas.
The Mill has limited food service to take out only at its cafe and spaced out the guest seating in the casino. Hope says they expect to hit capacity again for the holiday weekend. Security is in place and they set up a waiting room to the gaming floor with non-alcoholic beverage service. Hope says they will return to full operation when it's safe. In Newport, the Oregon Coast Aquarium is preparing to reopen between mid to late June after being closed for 3 months. Julie Woodward with the aquarium says about 80% of staff were furloughed, but they are still getting paid thanks to the PPP loan. Woodward says the reopening is much anticipated, but will look very different.
We will have to have limited numbers. People will make reservations and they'll have time slots, and it'll be a one-way path through the aquarium. We highly encourage people to wear masks. All of our staff will be wearing masks, and we'll have hand sanitizing stations throughout the aquarium.
Woodward says the remaining staff have been working hard to take on extra cleaning duties since nearly 400 volunteers are no longer able to help out until more restrictions lift. She says the aquarium has lost millions of dollars in revenue. If you'd like to sign up for a membership, which is valid once the aquarium reopens, or make a donation, you can find the link on our website at NBC16.com. ODFW has now opened crabbing to non-residents since it was closed in April. While fishing and other activities are a big tourism draw for the coast, there's still some caution about having people there. NBC 16's Alex Hassenstadt reports.
Crabbing was closed to non-residents along with hunting and fishing in early April, a decision from the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife.
As part of restrictions coming out of the virus and basically not wanting people to travel.
On Wednesday, crab fishing was opened back up to non-residents. That follows hunting and fishing, which opens up to non-residents on May 5th.
I've been here over a decade now. I don't recall this, but obviously this virus is something none of us have ever dealt with. It's very unprecedented.
Resident of Oregon or not, many people people are drawn to Oregon's coast for recreational fishing. But as part of Phase 1 reopening, non-essential travel is still discouraged.
We've got a lot of outdoor recreation sites that are opening around the state, and we have things like the crabbing season that opened up, so I think people are going to be enticed to do that.
Crabbing and fishing are a huge source of income for coastal towns.
We've been having a lot of discussions with our smaller rural communities around this balance between them needing visitors to come and support the economy, while those people who live there are really concerned about the virus coming into their communities.
ODFW also gets a major source of funding from hunting and fishing licenses, and they've seen an uptick in sales. But they say just because crabbing and hunting is open to non-residents, it doesn't mean lodging or recreational areas are.
We're not close to back to normal yet, really, so just make sure you check for that access before you go.
They say people recreating on Oregon's coast still need to follow social distancing guidelines and proper hygiene.
Be respectful, especially in communities that, are wary of having a lot of visitors.
I'm Alex Hossenstaub reporting.
The city of Coos Bay canceled its 4th of July fireworks, fearing they don't have the resources to comply with the governor's orders. The council considered options like postponing the show or finding ways to social distance to those who came to watch. The mayor of Coos Bay says their fireworks show over the bay brings thousands to the area, and they wouldn't be able to manage social distancing with that many people.
We don't think that the whole celebration of July 4th needs to go away. In fact, the City Council, Councilor Matthews, decided that maybe we should try to do something to celebrate that maybe won't entail fireworks and that we could bring to the people and not have a large gathering.
One idea is to have the city's fire trucks parade around the streets of Coos Bay. Meanwhile, the company providing the fireworks charges a 25% cancellation fee. However, due to the pandemic, the vendor's offering customers the option to use the cancellation fee as a down payment for next year's show. It's an option Coos Bay city leaders say they're all for. Well, it took Oregon about 2 months to finally start reopening. Just last week, Governor Brown approved 31 counties to enter Phase 1. Oregon Health Authority announced 24 new cases. The state surpassed the 3,800 mark in cases and has 145 deaths. Washington, Multnomah, and Marion counties have the most cases statewide, totaling 2,500 cases in that region alone. More than 1,600 cases are still active. Continuing to look at the numbers now, here's our region. Benton County has 55 cases. Lynn County added 1 case, bringing the total up to 110 cases. Lane County remains at 66 cases, including 1 presumptive case. Deschutes County also added 1 new case and now has 117 cases. Douglas County remains at 25 cases. Coos County added a case and now has 31 cases. The numbers you see on your screen are the total numbers reported since OHA confirmed the first presumptive case in Washington County. We are moving on to a first look at weather. Chief Meteorologist Josh Kozar joins us now. He is live in the studio. Josh, it is so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
Hugs, virtual
we're back
hugs.
in boxes. Yeah, there we go. But boy, is it beautiful out there today across Western Oregon. A mixed bag of sun and clouds and a few quick moving showers as we take a live look over the downtown Eugene area on this Thursday evening. Radar and satellite over the past several hours definitely holding on to the cloud coverage with just a few isolated showers tracking their way further to the east. But the frequent rain showers we have been seeing, keeping our fire potential at low levels all across our great state. But tonight we do have a potential for just a few more stray rain showers as we fall back into the mid-40s. Tomorrow, sunshine and the first day of our warming trend. You might be surprised at actually how warm we go. I'll have those detailed, really kind of the details moving forward here in just a few minutes.
All right, Josh, I can't wait. Please tell me some good sunny news. All right, well, a Cottage Grove woman actually died in a car accident on Highway 99 in Cresswell Thursday morning. Now, Oregon State Police say the driver of a Honda Accord was headed northbound on Highway 99 when he lost control, veered off the road, and hit a fence. His passenger was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver was taken to Riverbend Hospital. His condition is unknown. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission announced it will deny all requests for a rehearing on the Jordan Cove LNG project. This after requests from environmental groups, tribal governments, landowners, and others asked the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to revisit their approval on March 19th. A member of the Coos Bay chapter of Rogue Climate says the coalition they work with is committed to taking it every step of the way.
Communities across Oregon reaffirmed their commitment to taking every step to ensure that the Jordan Cove LNG export terminal and pipeline will not move forward. This denial can be appealed to the U.S. Court of Appeals.
Pembina still needs a few required state permits before the Jordan Cove project can begin. The Jordan Cove office in Coos Bay is packed up and the company is no longer using the building. We did contact Pembina for comment. We have yet to hear back. The 911 radio communication system in Coos County will be upgraded after voters said yes to a property tax levy in the Oregon primary this week. A tax of 20 cents per $1,000 of assessed home value will pay for the upgrade of the system used by the county's first responders.
In a rural area, we don't actually hear either the full call and we have to call in and have dispatch repeat it, or it's so scratchy that our pagers actually won't even receive the signal and go off the first time, so they have to re-tap us. So I'm really excited about the new system and the expanded coverage that we're going to get.
According to the Coos County Sheriff's Office, as soon as the paperwork is completed, they can start construction. The new tax is effective in October. Well, coming up on your only local news at 5:30, it's